for most women over 30 that are still unmarried, I consider a red flag. Okay? Based on my own personal experience, from being out in these venues and doing game for as long as I have, which has been over 2 decades now, where I'm quickly approaching 3 here. Crazy to think. But overwhelmingly, the women that I've met in field that have been over 30 years old, okay, and God forbid 40s and 50s, that are still unmarried, that are still out there, have serious red flags. Okay? Because good women under 30 that are in their 20s, okay, the women that I've found that are like cool, you know, just really, really naturally beautiful inside and out, these girls always have a ring on their finger. These girls have been snatched up by who? High value men. High value men have snatched these girls up and put a ring on their fingers. That's why they're no longer single. You know, they're going to be going into their 30s and 40s with a big rock on their finger, you know, with a home to go home to, a family to go home to, right? It's because they cashed in their chips. They were smart. They're good women. They know how to be feminine. That's what guys want. Guys do not want a masculine, controlling, domineering career woman to be their girlfriends, to be their partners, to be their wives. Nobody wants that. I don't know why these women are like thinking that guys want this, you know, overbearing, controlling, masculine career woman as a dating partner. I don't know a single guy who wants that. Okay, because real men, masculine men, want a feminine woman. Okay, there needs to be that yin and yang. We want that polarity. Okay, and any guy who doesn't want that polarity is a complete faggot. Okay, he's generally a beta bitch. These guys that you see at these pussy marches, at the women's march, right? Those are the type of guys that want to be your little beta male and want to just say yes to everything and just kowtow to your every demand, right? Those are the type of guys that want to be the bitch in the relationship because they have no spine, they have no backbone. And those are the same type of guys you have no respect for, you have no passion for. Same type of guys you'll be miserable in the relationship with because they never stand up to you. So when it comes to women over 30, 9 out of 10 times, it's always a red flag. Okay, whenever I meet these girls, there's always some kind of issue. You know, even if they're attractive, a lot of these girls, they're still attractive in their 30s and 40s. I will admit, I've seen some 30 and 40-year-old women that I'm like, wow, she's still pretty hot, right? She's probably not as hot as she was when she was like 22, but she's still hot. She could still get guys to turn their heads. But there are always issues with these girls. There are always some type of red flag, whether it's daddy issues, abandonment issues, BPD, borderline personality disorder, or bipolar disorder. It's always some kind of mental disorder or some kind of mental health issue that has prevented the high value guy from putting a ring on this chick's finger, even though she's hot. So this hot chick who's in her 30s, 40s, is still out here at the venues, and a lot of times you might scratch your head like, man, this chick's still single? You know, and then you start dating her, and then you quickly find out why. You find out why she's single. You're like, man, this bitch is crazy. Man, this bitch is just mean. She's cold. She's nasty. She's got a dirty mouth. You know, or she's just unpleasant to be with. Or she's just like, you know, way too abusive. Like emotionally, mentally. Ugh. You quickly discover that this chick has a shit ton of red flags. That's why no guys put a ring on that chick's finger. So whenever you see these girls who are beyond the age of 30 at the clubs, at the venues, or wherever you are, and you happen to pick them up, and they're still unmarried, red flag. 99% of the time, like I said, I guarantee that chick's gonna have some kind of mental health issue. She's gonna have BPD, which stands for borderline personality disorder. She might be bipolar. She might have daddy issues, or all of the above. There's a reason why these chicks are still single after the age of 30, because women who are truly cool and good and feminine, believe me, guys snatch these chicks up really, really fast. A lot of these girls in their early 20s get married off. Sometimes in their late teens, they're already married off. They're gone. They're taken off the market. But these other chicks who are still sitting on the shelf, right? They're basically on the clearance rack, right? You ever go to like a Walmart or a Target and you look at the clearance rack? There's a reason why these items are on the clearance rack. Okay, it's because nobody wants them. There's a reason. And sometimes you might look at some of these items, you can be like, man, this is a pretty good deal. And then you'll take it home thinking you got a great deal, and then you're like, man, this shit's broken. It doesn't even work. It barely works. It's always breaking. And then you look online, you Google the reviews, and you see like 1-star reviews, and you're like, man, everybody else is completely just pounding on this product. I guess it is a piece of junk. Why did I buy this thing? I thought it was such a great deal. Then you quickly realize, man, this is a piece of shit. Right? So I'm not trying to equate that to women, but what I am saying is women over 30 who are still unmarried, there is a reason why they're still unmarried. There's a reason why they are still sitting on this shelf and nobody has bothered to take them home. No guy has bothered to put a ring on their finger. Because a lot of times you'll be out, and I know you've experienced this, guys. You will be out, and you know, it might even just be like your cashier somewhere or your waitress. It'll be a girl who's just, you know, she's got a pretty face, she's just naturally beautiful. But not only that, but she's like a sweet person, and she's very like feminine, and she knows how to talk to you as a man. It's like she can almost draw you in with her femininity. And you're just kind of like so smitten by this girl. And you're like, wow, this is a cool girl. And then you look down at her finger and you see that ring, right? Some guy snatched her up. Why? Because she's exactly what men want. A feminine, cool, beautiful woman. A woman who is strong enough to not buy into that feminist bullshit. A woman who is strong enough to stay centered in her femininity and be proud of her femininity and not be ashamed of it. And I give props to women like that who are still willing to be feminine in a world that wants them to be masculine. Because I know it's kind of difficult, you know, because women, they are naturally wired to go along to get along. They're naturally wired to just go with the flow and not go against the social narrative. So I applaud these women who are standing up against feminism, who are standing up and are proud to be feminine women. Okay, because a lot of people are shaming these women for that. A lot of people are shaming women for wanting to be housewives. They're shaming women for wanting to have a family and have kids and put their career on hold. They're actually getting shamed for that. And society loves to define a strong woman as a woman who is career oriented and who stands up for gay rights and who stands up for feminism and who stands up for SJW values. And to me, that's bullshit. To me, that's easy these days. That doesn't make you a hero. What makes you a hero is going against the tide, going against the social narrative, the blue pill narrative, right? That's what makes you a strong woman, being proud to be a feminine, family-oriented woman, a traditional woman, a conservative woman. These days, that takes balls. You know, like I said, I hold these women in high regard. I don't pedestalize them, I just hold them in high regard because it's hard to find that. With this channel, I am dropping a lot more red pill truth bombs, and in doing so, it's my duty to my subscribers, to my students, to tell the truth and to drop these bombs. And you know, I'm somebody, again, I'm out there in field all the time, so I see these things play out. I have friends who are high value guys, right? I have friends who are multi-millionaires who own 7-figure businesses, and these guys are in their 40s and 50s, and these guys are dating women in their early 20s. These guys would never ever 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 date a woman under the age of 30. They just wouldn't. Why? Because they don't have to. And a lot of you girls tend to say things like, oh, these girls are just babies, they're so immature, they don't know anything yet, they're stupid. And it's like, that's not true either, because I've dated a lot of girls in their 20s who are way more mature than women I've ever met in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. I know some 50-year-olds that have the maturity of a 5th grader. Not even kidding. Just look at the comment section of some of my YouTube videos. Some of these women are in their 40s and 50s. Read their comments. Do they sound like mature women to you? Because, you know, the girls that I date who are in their early 20s, they would never be caught dead writing stuff like that. They would be embarrassed and ashamed to write things like that. You know, some of the personal attacks I get from the women in their 40s and 50s, it's like, I feel like I'm in 3rd grade all over again. So don't come at me with that, oh, they're just babies and they don't know anything yet, they're so immature at that age. It's like, no, that's not true. Not true at all. Any women who are over 30 who are still out there at the bars, the clubs, still out there, bar hopping, generally these women have mental health issues. Okay, there's a reason why these women are unmarried. There's a reason why no guy has put a ring on their finger and taken them off the shelf. Okay, there is a reason for that. Because girls who are cool, hot, feminine, and know how to treat a man, these girls get snatched up really, really fast, guys. And like I said, you might experience some of these women in your daily life, whether they be your waitress, your cashier, your Starbucks barista, or wherever you might see this girl, and you might just kind of be smitten by her and how feminine she is and how strong she is in her ability to just be a woman and not try to be a man or try to compete with men. You'll just be so smitten by that you'll be like, wow, I want to get to know this chick. Then you'll look down, you'll see that ring. You're like, oh shoot, she's married. Well, duh, right? Because guys aren't stupid. They know when you come across a girl like that, put a ring on her finger, she's a keeper. Right? So, and I'm not advocating marriage right now, by the way. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I mean, I don't think it's a good idea in today's climate to invite the state into your life, right? But that's a topic for another video. Most guys do not want to go around, especially high value guys, they don't want to go around telling their friends that they're dating a 45-year-old, much less a 35-year-old. For high value guys, it's much more impressive when you're telling people that your girlfriend is 25 years old or younger, right? For women, you might think, like you women watching, like, oh, I know career women into their 60s and 70s who are like CEOs. Again, you have to understand that men don't value that. Okay, that is not something men value. What men value is physical attractiveness, youth, and fertility. That is what we value as men. We don't care about your career. I mean, if you're a hot chick and you're cool, we don't care if you're working at a gas station. Okay, we will take you out of there and we will take you with us. We will show you a new lifestyle. We don't care, right? I don't know why all these career women are thinking that men are looking for this sugar mama. No, we much rather have the younger, hotter woman. That's just us. We don't care about your job. We don't care that you've climbed up the corporate ladder. We don't care how many hours you've put in at the office. We just don't care. Okay, we don't care. I've mentioned this before. I'm dating a girl that is a mechanical engineer for Google, right? This girl graduated from MIT, wickedly smart, has a PhD. She designed the keyboard for Microsoft that got featured on The Verve and all this other stuff. I mean, it's crazy too, because I saw the keyboard. I remember seeing the keyboard in stores. This is before I was dating her. I saw this keyboard in stores, and now it's just kind of ominous to me that I'm like, wow, I'm dating the girl who designed this flipping keyboard that I saw at the Staples store when I was in there a couple of years ago. I'm like, that's odd. That's weird to me, right? But this girl is super high value. She's up there at Google. She's high on the corporate ladder. Do I care? No, not really. I mean, even if she was just working at Starbucks making my coffee, I would still date her. I mean, it just doesn't hold any value to me. Again, guys, we don't care about your job, ladies. We don't care about all the years that you've dedicated to building your career. We don't care about that stuff. All we care about is your physical attractiveness, your youth, and fertility. At the end of the day, that's all that matters to us. This is why we continuously go for the youngest, hottest, and most fertile women that we can possibly get. This is why we do this stuff. And this is why the wall for women is at 30, and the wall for men, there is no wall. Okay, and that is the truth, and that is tonight's Red Pill Truth Bomb. And with that said, I'm going to close up tonight's coaching video. So until next time, this is M. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell up top so that you are notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video. And more importantly, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. It helps me out a ton, guys. When you actually subscribe to my channel, it tells YouTube that you love my content, you're feeling it, and you want me to produce more. So make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. And for you guys who want to support my work, support my content and everything I'm teaching guys here on my channel, the best way to do that is to jump into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I am teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the hottest women on the planet. I'm talking 8s, 9s, and 10s. These are the exact same type of women that myself and my students are out there approaching and closing every single week. And believe me when I tell you, every single week, okay? And the first month of coaching lessons in 7 Months to Mastery is only $1, okay? So it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons. And like I said, this is the absolute best way to support my work, support my channel, and everything I'm teaching you guys. So if you want to jump into 7 Months to Mastery, simply click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It only takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.